I took a far-fetched fantasy, which was to dance with electricity, and managed to turn it into a peak experience where I threw lightning in front of 25,000 people at the Olympic Stadium in Korea. And I'm about to share the 3 key pieces that I used to realize that dream. By the way, I'm Michael Ravenwood, and I throw lightning bolts to empower people and create harmony. And I'll start by saying that all 3 of these things are all about getting into the right state of mind. There's all kinds of things out there in the world that we don't have any control over, but the one thing we do have control over is our state of mind. So all 3 of these things are actually practices we can use to adopt a flow state. The first is gratitude. You can use all kinds of different moments in your life to anchor gratitude. First thing in the morning, right when you're arising, right before you eat, it's a very traditional time, but whenever you do it, make sure you appreciate exactly what's going on already. It's actually impossible to hold both the state of anxiety and the state of gratitude. So if you focus your mind in an intentional way and think, oh, the people that I love, oh, the things that I get to do, all the places I get to go, then you actually drive anxiety out of your system. So once you've anchored yourself in understanding, okay, there's all kinds of things that are already okay. Many things I didn't even have anything to do with creating. So you accept that to some degree, the entire universe is just providing this experience for you. Then, very naturally, of course, you're going to be like, well, what else would be nice? And that's the key to this next phase, which is intention. If you set your intentions out of an anxious place, like, oh, I gotta have this, or I better have that, or ... then that vibration or that feeling actually goes into the intention, and the thing you get out of it might be what you wanted, but not exactly the way you wanted it. So setting your intention out of inspiration is the right way to go about it. And there's all kinds of ways to do this practice. You could journal about it, you could just close your eyes and freestyle it, but just make sure that you're starting to just gather in your mind the things that you would like to see in the future, the things that would feel really good for you, and actually feel them in your body, already live there in your mind. A really interesting thing about our brains and our imagination is that our brains act as if those things we're imagining are actually happening. So we can feel uplifted and actually be tremendously energized by just the things that we're visualizing in our minds. Now, once you've had your gratitude practice and your intention practice, it's on to meditation. Now, I do all these right in a row, and it's for a specific reason. I get myself into a certain state by accepting everything exactly as it is. Then I allow my imagination and my creativity to work on what I would like to see next. What would be nice? But both of these are kind of masculine practices, as it were, directing your mind at what it is that you appreciate, directing your mind at what it is you would like to see. This third phase is all about just having a little faith and getting really quiet and listening. Because a lot of the things that will end up being the most important on our path to realizing our dreams are totally unknown to us, and we have to pay attention to what's going on in our environment. And when we practice staying present every single day, it's easier to see the breadcrumbs to your future. So if anything in this video made sense to you, put dreams in the comments. If you put dreams in the comments, then we'll know that you heard the message. Or if you'd like to know a little more about the practices that I specifically used and how I used them, reach out to me.